We're starting with less than nothing to try to build the ultimate ranch on New Hope. And that's right, we're starting with less than scratch. We're in the hole, $150,000 to start this ranch. But before we even get to that, we got to buy some equipment to get this off the ground. So I have maxed out my line of credit at $150,000. We managed to pick up a new to us, Ford F350 flat deck, which should help us on this ranch. Now, like I said, we've just kind of starting to dip our toe in here. I can't afford to buy, anything much nicer than this at this point in time. I have pretty much spent everything that I have right now, and this is all I have to show for it. So the whole reason I'm out here taking on the debt, guys, is I want to start by building this small 10-acre farm. That's right, we have 10 acres of land, the shed, a trailer to sleep in, and a few pieces of equipment. I want to take this farm and eventually build it so I can purchase the old family heritage farm out in the county that has roughly 160 acres. Now, a developer currently owns the old heritage farm. It's been purchased, it's been abandoned for years. They've got plans to put a windmill farm on this and knock everything down. I want to buy this and take it over. Current asking price is $2.5 million for the farm and land. So we need to raise that with the 10-acre farm that we've purchased and the $150,000 we have in debt. So let's go over my plan and exactly what equipment we have to enact that plan. Of course, we got the F350. We have a cultivator in order to tear up some fields. We do have that Great Plains seeder so we can plant some grass. And I'm doing bales, so of course we need a mower deck to take care of that. And everything's going to be worked with the 6610 Ford. This old Ford tractor we picked up was around $35,000, but it's totally rebuilt. Thing is in mint condition, I have to admit. Now, this old tractor will have to take care of everything on the farm going forward, from, of course, cultivating, cleaning up these fields, or building these fields. Gonna have to take care of the seeding, also the harvesting once we get into that season. So we'll be doing the mowing, of course, and baling, which that's going to be a whole other problem going forward. But I think the 6610 can handle it. Look at the tires on this thing. Those things are some serious knobbies. I love that. That's great. Those should really tear up those fields. I love it. Now, before we get into the fields, just a quick reminder to go down to the bottom and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And of course, just hit the like while you're down there. That goes a long ways to help out the channel. And mobile users, I think only. There's a new feature for you. You go down to the bottom of your video and click the hype button. Hype this video up. That's an all new way, mobile users, you can help us out here on the channel. Really would appreciate you guys hitting that and getting us up there in the rankings. So let's get into the field finally and do a little bit of work. Let's get a little bit of work done out here finally. It's a great day we're not doing hay yet. It's a great day to get into the fields and start building some fields for hay though. So we got our cultivator hooked up with the Ford, of course, our only tractor that we're gonna be running for the foreseeable future. But I need to build this ranch up. Now, I have zero plans right now on this particular area of putting any livestock. Let's get that clear. We're not doing any livestock on this area. I need to find a way to make some cash, be able to get that $2.5 million to buy the old homestead back. Now, I'm going to do that really by building these fields, taking the most of this 10 acres up right away, using this all for, hay, grass, bales. That is going to be the starting plan for the next bit. So, right down to the tree line, try to use as much of this land up as I possibly can. So in order I can, of course, plant some grass and get some hay bales off this. That'll be what we're doing going forward. We're going to have to load it up with a truck. But of course, we're going to need to make some purchases at some point with that. Now, my biggest thing I'm thinking right now is I want to expand this field, this area. There's a couple fields around here, some plots of land. We're going to be able to buy. I mean, you can look off in the distance here and see tons of land. Huge tracts of land we can purchase and take care of that going forward. So that's kind of what's in the back of my mind as we go round and round here, finishing off these fields. So cultivating is pretty much done. We're gonna have to go back on down and start getting busy with planting. Yeah, we're gonna put some grass seed down on this and build these into some hay fields. Looks pretty darn good. It's not the biggest, it's definitely not the biggest ranch out there, but it's a good start for our first month out here on New Hope. I think we'll be all right going forward. It's just, we do have quite a bit of money we're going to have to pay back, of course, to start with, and think about that. In fact, just looking at the old bank account, there might be a bit of a problem we need to fix. There we go. The bank corrected its mistake. Into the field we go with the Great Plains. This cedar looks actually kind of big behind the Ford here. She's a bit bigger than I was expecting, but the Ford can handle this. The Ford, like I said, is only 105 horsepower is what it's rated to. This motor has just been rebuilt. Everything's been rebuilt. It's pretty much brand new, in fact. But we're going to be putting some abuse to this thing as time goes on. Now, grass seed's going in, so we'll take a few months. We should be able to do a harvest by the end of this year. Yeah, we should have one harvest this year. And we're going to need it, to be perfectly honest. I am going to be spending $500 a month servicing my debt. The credit line is costing me $500 a month. That's a lot, not a ton, but it's something I definitely have to keep my eye on. Now, that means I'm not going to be able to buy land until I pay that credit line down. That's something I need to find out. I got to have money to buy land, of course. Now, I can finance vehicles and equipment still, so that's still another debt I can take on, but I can't put any more money on the old credit line. It is maxed out at $150,000 since, well, our trailer and our land, to be honest, aren't really worth all that much. Now, look at all these stones. Yeah, I'm gonna have to push those in. I bought a roller for a couple $1,000. Still have $5,000 in the old bank account, but I need a field roller, which is going to help out, of course, with the yield on the field and get those stones out so it doesn't damage my equipment quite as quickly as well. Now, this is by no means anything of any size. All of, how many is it? Three meters? Yeah, this is gonna take me a bit. Now, the cultivator is the same size as this. Our swather is the same size as this as well, so I might as well get you. Oh, easy there. Holy, get out of the way. We might as well get used to dealing with the small sizes here, and it's just going to be something we're going to have to deal with going forward. Away we go, up the hill. Looks good as long as it's pushing all those stones back down into the field as well. I don't want to have to deal with those for a while. Yeah, looks good. Perfect. I love that. So all these stones are going to get pushed back down into the ground. Looks like this roller can take care of all of it. We didn't dig up any big ones, just pretty minor stones. Instead of stone picking, we'll go and push them all back down and in. Also, this, of course, is going to help with the yield on our fields here, so that's good. Oh boy, easy. Turn. Nice. Which is a little heavy, it seems like. I do have a weight on the front of this, but it's still not quite enough. All right, finished all this off. Let's head back on down, but I think we're good. Yeah, that's pretty much it for August. I think everything's planted. Everything has been taken care of for the most part and is ready to go for harvest season, which we should be able to harvest before the end of the year. Unfortunately, I got no money to spend really on anything else, so I guess we're going to be sitting on our thumbs for a bit. I'll see you guys in harvest season. All right, moisture levels look pretty low, but hay is ready to be cut. Well, grass is ready to be cut, I suppose. Time to get into the field now. As much as I would love to, I don't have enough money, I don't think, to start haying. I don't have money for a rake. I don't have the money for a tedder. I think we're gonna keep this simple. We're gonna bale this with just grass bales. Simple grass bales. I know it's not enough money. I just don't want to go. I've already got to go into debt and finance a baler, it looks like. So that's already an expense. I'd rather not do a tedder and a baler at the same time. I think that's just gonna be too much. Now, I know we're not technically should be using the swather in this orientation, but hey, it seems to be working just fine, so I'm really not complaining. Actually, it's doing a really good job. Surprisingly so. I thought I was going to run into more problems than this, so more than happy with what we've got here. It would be nice if we had a little bit more width, but that's story of my life right there, I guess, right? All right, we've got this all finished up for the most part. Now, hey, I'm going to be running into a problem here very quickly. Yeah, the grass has all been taken down with a swather. I need to find a way to bale this, and, well, I haven't bought a baler yet. On top of that, I don't have a lot of money. Fortunately, this John Deere baler is only $13,000, only requires the 55 horsepower. The question is, how long do we finance this for? 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years? 2 years at 10% is only $625, but I think 1 year at like $1,200 a month. I think that's our best bet. Yeah, I think so. We're going to be spending $1,200 a month on this baler. I don't know exactly how much we're going to get for our grass bales, or even how many grass bales we're going to get yet. Like, we're unproven right now, so all of this is a little bit of a risk. If I can't make a payment this winter, this potential that I could lose this baler. The bank could repossess this thing if I am unable to make my payments. So I do need to make sure that I'm on top of this. Hopefully we get enough. The big problem is going to be this winter, because I'm not going to get another harvest off this probably till April. So I've got a few months to go where I'm not going to have any money in the old bank account potentially this winter. This winter could be rough for me. Should have thought that through a little bit more. Like, I really need to hope that we get plenty of bales off this so that we can afford to pay off that debt. On top of which, I still have that $500 a month I need to pay off for our line of credit. So we're up to $1,700 a month by my math going forward. Yeah, that's a lot more than I was kind of planning on spending right now. Maybe I should have went with 2 years instead of one. Why didn't somebody tell me? I'm in trouble. That's more than I was expecting. On the bright side, I didn't even realize how well the rake worked on this particular baler. It seems to be able to take 2 rows, well, from that swather at the same time at least. I'm kind of happy about how well that's working out. I mean, that's half the passes we have to do right now. We're not even raking this yet. So that's all right. Look at that. Takes them both up, no problem whatsoever. I've got about, we've got 21 bales you can see off of this field. 22 bales. Hey, that's actually not bad. That's better than I was expecting, I think. I think we're looking pretty good right now for bales. We should be all right. I just have to pick these up with the truck. We're going to go, you know what, just grab 2 of them for now. We'll just grab 2, and we'll take these down just to see what our prices are looking at, because I'm kind of curious. Kind of want to know. I'm not holding on to these for the winter. So 1,200, so that's about 650 bucks per bale. That's okay with 20, so you could do the math on that. About, what, should be 10 grand-ish? Something like that, about $10,000. We're up to 17,000 bucks. There you go. So yeah, it was about 10 grand worth of bales on that field for the 20. That ain't bad. Okay. I think I can work with that, guys. I think we can work with that. Yeah, $17,000 to make it through until about April. I think we should be okay to keep on paying off our $500 credit line, as well as the $1,200 financing loan on the baler. I think we're good. So I'll see you guys after the winter. We should be back to harvesting bales again. Back to baling come the summer. I said summer. Well, look at this fog. This is terrible. You can't see anything on this farm at all. It's just socked right on in out here in the ranch. Oh well, I never let weather stop me before. Let's get into this field. Moisture levels are totally fine for us. It's no rain, but it's just super, I guess, humid. It must be super humid for this amount of fog to be out there. Anyways, we're gonna get into this field. We're gonna make some more bales. Made it through the winter. We got 7,500 bucks still in the old bank account. So that is pretty much kind of what we thought, right? We about 10 grand it cost us through the winter on charges between finances and our credit line. I think we're okay there, but we're really not making much headway. I'm expecting that by the end of today, once we get this harvest done, we'll be around, what, $17,000, $18,000, something like that. Once again, we're making about 10 grand per harvest right now on the 10 acres. We'll see exactly how we make do, but not great. We need to figure out something else with this grass. Because, yeah, it's going to be a long slog if we don't do more than what we're doing right now. Now, granted, this is only our second harvest. Don't worry, we got time to find ways of optimizing. The baler's still doing its work. We're making some bales. Like I said, we'll make another 10, 11,000, 12,000 maybe. Can I get 12 off this 10-acre field? Maybe by the end we should be able to. Maybe we can use that money for something better. Actually, I've already got a plan. Who am I kidding? Let's get this unknown. Let's get this all done, and we'll get into our plan. Now, I also have to think about bale net. We do need to buy some bale net at some point. It's $1,000 for bale net. So just have to keep that in mind. We've got to make sure we have money for that if we were ever to need it, because that could be a bit of an issue. That would suck not to have it. All right, off we go, selling off our bales. Let's see how much money we can possibly get out of this. Fingers crossed. First sale going in should be like I said, I'm hoping for 10 grand. There's 2,100, and we're up to 18,851. Okay, cool. That's what I wanted to see, you guys. All right, so we're back into July now. And we've let the hayfield come back up. We should get 3 cuts off this, but I'm thinking it's time to change things up. We still got 13,000 bucks in the account, of course, from losing money from servicing our debts. I think I might be able to do some more that I want. That doesn't make any sense. I got some plans on things I want to do more of. I can't buy fields yet. Any fields around me are going to cost $50,000 minimum, so I've got to find other ways to make more money. Yeah, fields are not an option. There's no other work to be had out here. So, well, how else can I possibly make money other than optimizing my farm, my ranch? That's the thing we're going to have to think about going forward. So we're going to knock all this grass back down, but I'm thinking, can we turn this into hay? Moisture levels are looking good. We're still really low moisture in this field, so turning this into hay shouldn't be a problem. I just need the equipment to turn this grass. I can't let it cure in the field, unfortunately, as much as I would love to. Why can't we do that? Can we find a way to make that happen still? Never seems to cure for me. I think that's something we still need to find a way to make work. Anyways, we need to get a tedder, of course. I need to ted this field, which also technically means I should get a rake or a windrow, so I could rake these into rows at least and make it a little bit easier to bale up afterwards. So there is an option for $5,000, $5,600. I think we might pick up this tedder here, which will allow us to do a little bit more work in the fields. This should actually help us out. I don't have to spend any extra, take any extra loans out. I don't have to do anything like that in order to pick this up, and it's actually quite large in the grand scheme of things. It's not like it's not massive by any means, but from what I've been using lately, this actually is a decent size. So let's go through the field. We'll ted this whole thing up, and we'll flip this grass over so we can get some hay out of it, and then hopefully we can rake and bale this. Now, if I can't find a rake, I of course could bale this as is. I'd really like not to have to do that. That's just a lot of extra passes we'll have to make to try to pick all this up. Hopefully I can find a rake. We'll make a couple more passes here, and it looks like everything's turned to hay already. It's so dry here, I should have been able to just bale this as is, but anyways, I digress. We have headed, and we should be good to go. Let's get this all back on down to the ranch. Another thing I need to figure out is some better storage for our equipment, but that's really pretty low on the old spectrum here. We can just park everything around the trailer. Let's go take a look at what our options are going to be as far as rakes go. Look what I found here. Look at this, look at this, look at this. I've got this tiny, I mean, it's nothing special. Don't get me wrong. I found a tiny rake for $8,000, but I can get it for $6,000 as well. Now this one's tinier. It's only 2.8 meters. It's all I could really afford. $6,000, just terrible. It is what it is. Let's spend our money. I think we're going to have to buy this, and yeah, we're going to be stuck with this going forward. I think that's the way it is. That's all I've got money for right now. I mean, I got $1,500 the old account. We're going to make some money from these bales to be able to pay our debts still, but I've got to be careful. Once again, I cannot be at $0 after we've sold everything off, because I need to have money for the winter, and obviously have money for, well, both of our debts right now we're still paying off. I still have a couple more months left on the baler. All right, let's get this thing into the field. That's got to be raised up. There we go. Okay, I couldn't figure out how to get that to fall down properly. That makes more sense. We can leave the far side up, I guess. Let's just get into this field and rake this thing up. And down the far side. Yeah, there we go. I should be able to double up the rake on this, so we'll make one row down the center, and I can kind of go on both sides of it, just push all of the hay up against it. That is kind of my plan. We'll probably should I do a headland first? I don't know yet. We'll figure this out on the fly. This is it's a pretty small rake. Yeah, I was hoping we could get something a little bit more substantial, something closer to the size of that tedder, but that's not really an option for us at this point in time. So we're going to make do with what we got, and this is still going to make my life a little bit easier than having to take the baler one tiny row at a time, because there's just while it does have a rake attached to the baler to some degree, it's not even this size. So this is actually not terrible. Like, that's some pretty good sized rows there. Even with this tiny little rake, we're still getting a little bit there. I should probably put that guard down at some point. I don't know how to get the guard down, guys. I tried and I failed. The guard can stay up for now. It's not in my way. It's totally fine the way it is. It's totally fine. Rake done. Let's go get the baler. Let's go get the baler. We'll bale this bad boy up. Let's see here. We've got lots of bale nets still. Well, I don't know about a lot, but we have enough, I think, to get through this whole field. Still got half a roll. I think that should be enough. Barely enough. Barely enough. All right, let's go take these off. I feel like I got less bales this time than I did last time. I think we're getting 20 bales roughly of grass. We're not getting that of hay, but they're worth more, so it kind of equals out in the wash. Not quite. We almost made $13,000 this year. Not quite. Like $12,000. Yeah, I think we've made more just with grass. I don't know if there's any. It seems like there's not much point in doing the hay almost at this point in time. I know the values are different this time of year. It's kind of the low season. But still, like, even if I only made $1,000 more, that's tough to justify. Oh well, what do we do? You know what? We're gonna do one another time. We'll see if we get more value out of the hay come the fall. I'll see you guys in a few months when we're ready to harvest again. And just like that, we're into the fall in October. Guys, I've paid off the baler. Finally, the baler is paid off. I no longer have that $1,200 a month over my head. It's officially fully ours, but still owe $500 a month on the $150,000 I owe on the line of credit. Regardless of which, let's get back into the field. We're gonna make some more hay today. Time to make some more hay. You guys know the drill. We're doing this once again. Let's get the Ford into the field. We're going to drop down the swather here. We'll knock all this down, and then Ted, and of course rake her on up. So this will take me a little bit of time once again. It is what it is. Let's get into this. All right, everything's finished up. We've raked, just ready to start baling. Time to bale the hay up. Let's go back to the farm. And you know what? I just realized we're short on the bale net. We did run out almost last season. Time to fill this thing back up. So a minor expense. Of course, we had to make sure we had $1,000 for it. And then we're back in baling now. Just judging by what we've done so far, it looks like I still think we're getting less bales of hay than we would have grass, but to be honest, I'm not fertilizing this field at all or anything like that. So that's something I could do maybe if we wanted to take care of that and maximize things, but it's only 10 acres. I don't know. I need to buy a spreader then, and then have to buy fertilizer. That seems like a lot more expenses. Let's just see what we've got from our bales this go round. So yeah, $15,000. I think we're looking a little bit better off the top of my head. It looks like we made a little bit more than we did last year. Last harvest, I should say. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, we're a little bit better. Not tremendous, but guys, that was a little bit better this time. Okay. I mean, okay, so this is better season for selling hay. That's kind of what I'm chalking that up to. It's not just the 12,000. We actually made about 15 that time. Still tough to justify buying all that extra equipment. I mean, we spent another 10 grand on equipment. That's going to take a few years to pay that back just off the increase in profits. All right, it's officially April. Another year, another winter we've made it through. Still decent amount of money since we're only paying the $500 a month now instead of the $1,700. But yeah, we're back into the fields again. Let's go. It's another great day for hay. I feel like we're doing a lot of haying lately. Tons and tons of hay in. Yeah, it's good. Don't worry, I'm not complaining. Just I would love to find a way to get bigger fields now. Like I feel like we're just not quite there. That's something I need to work on a little bit. I need to buy more land. This 10 acres, it's just not enough. Like we're barely able to meek through. It seems like we're barely able to meek through the year right now, and barely able to make small minor upgrades. I would love to be able to finally buy some more fields, and like I said, I need 50 grand in order to upgrade the fields, and I've got $150,000 owing. That's a long ways away. See, we gotta really find a way to maximize this, and I'm not quite sure yet how to maximize what we're doing with the $15,000 or $14,720 I have in my account. I need to find a way to make this hay make the day. Does that make any sense? Yeah, no, you guys know what I mean. Like I said, we're struggling. This is the 6th time we've ran through this. This is 6 harvests on this. Year 3, of course. Technically year 2. I don't know yet. We're not making a lot of headway yet, guys. I got one more thing up my pocket here, maybe after this, but we'll finish off this hay. We'll see what kind of money we make off the hay here. Maybe it's closer to 15 grand this time, and then we can kind of make a little bit more of a dent into future ambitious projects. But the amount of haying we're doing on 10 acres is kind of crazy. We've refilled the baler once again. Things are looking good with the baler. Baler's working out just fine. This makes my life pretty easy if we rake it up properly, like we have been. Yeah. This is totally fine. And then we'll see if we can sell this off. We're up to 23 last bales. Last bale's going at 25. Huh. Yeah, nothing special. Like I'm still, and you can see our environmental scores dropping down as well. Guys, we're not doing great here. It's a very slow growth process. So I got the 25 grand in the bank account. I think it's time we tried something a little bit more ambitious. Yeah, I think it's time we went a little bit more into this. I don't know if this is going to be the end all be all, but there's one more option we have ahead of us. And luckily, The used vehicle sale market is working out pretty well. The Colossus Lightning Wrap Baler, or wrapper, I should say, is on sale right now for 42% off. Yeah, it's used. It's not exactly the colors. We'll have to make sure we repaint that, but yeah, I think this might work out fine. I think I think this will be a great, right? We'll put some Randy Wrap Green on there, and maybe this might be the solution to my problem. So instead of doing hay, we've gone from grass to hay. Now we're going over to silage. Silage, the value for silage, of course, is much more. I no longer have to worry about tedding, and I can just wrap them now. The only problem we're going to run into with this is that I can't sell them right away. Of course, we need to stack the bales off the side of the field and let them sit for a month or two, let them ferment, and then we'll be able to sell them off. So there's no instant gratification here. We have to wait our time and make sure these bales ferment. I would love to do a silage pit, but that's not quite in the op. There's the amount of equipment we would need to make that happen. Guys, that's not in the cards. So let's go get the baler back out. We've got the grass. Grass has been knocked down with a swather already. Let's go get the baler. We'll bale this up one more time, and then we'll run that wrapper through the field. Now, there's you guys might have noticed something special about that wrapper. We'll see how well it runs, though. I mean, we got to bale things first, but we'll see how it runs after we bale this up. Yeah, this is great. So I don't even have to rake this anymore. You can see we can pick up 2 rows at a time with the baler once again. Really saving my time. If I had a bigger rake, I would do it, but with this one, I think the baler is good enough to take care of 2 rows. That's enough for me going forward. Just looking at the amount of bales we have here, I didn't double check the count yet, but it feels like we got a little bit more bales than we have in with the hay at least. I feel like we're getting closer, like to 22, 23 bales. So that's good one, since we're just wrapping them now instead of making them into hay. I like that. Speaking of which, let's go test out this new wrapper we got. Now, like, this is just not any wrapper. This is updated a little bit. It makes things go a little bit faster than you would expect. Just hold on tight. Just hold on tight to the controls and look at the bales done. No problem, no questions asked. It could use some work, actually. I'm just noticing the damage report on this. It looks like it could use some time in the shop, but maybe we'll take care of that later on. But it seems to be handling these bales no problem at all. Yeah, guys, I'm not complaining. I mean, let's be honest. This is not... It does help, but it's not like it's saving me all that much time. It's probably saving me, 10 seconds per bale maybe, but I got to drive between the bales anyway. So how much of a difference does this really make? In the grand scheme of things, not a lot. So this wrapper is working just perfectly fine for us right now. Yeah, we're good. We'll just keep on wrapping the last one here. And now I just got to go grab the truck and kind of stack these off to the side of the field, and we'll have to wait for these to ferment before we make any money. We should be good with the $8,200 in the old bank account, though. That should be totally fine and will last us until we sell these off. So we're on to plan C now. We've gone from grass to hay, and now we're on to silage bales. Yeah, I really hope that this one pays off a little bit more than what the hay difference was from the grass, because I would have just stuck with grass bales, I think. We'll see in a month or two when these are fermented. We'll see what we get out of them. We're down to September. I thought it would have been August. I thought we would have been ready, but they're ready now. It's all that matters. It took 2 months for these bales to ferment, so let's sell them off. Yeah, let's see what kind of money we're going to make off of these. I'm not quite sure if it's definitely worthwhile selling the silage versus hay or grass. I mean, right there, that was a little over $5,000 right off the bat. So yeah, we're going to be up to around 30 grand now. 30,000 bucks from, well, it wasn't one harvest, but $25,000 for the one harvest. That's more like it. So we've gone from around $12,000 to $13,000 worth of hay up to 12, 20 or 25,000 with silage. So of course, that's what we're doing now all the time. Every harvest, we're going to stick with silage, at least for now. Yeah, since we're selling all this stuff off, it doesn't make sense for me to of course go with anything but silage. No more hay, no more grass. Let's definitely turn these into silage bales. All right, another harvest all but complete. I'm going to go stack these up. We're going to change things up a little bit. One more little difference I can make to try to maximize our profits here. That's easy enough since we're still holding on to that 30,000 bucks. And that is that I'm not going to sell these off until the best season, which is April. Ironically enough, we can harvest most likely in April again, and we will sell these bales off in April. So it'll be a 1-2 punch of making money once again. There's no point in me selling these off. Best price is April. So I'll see you guys. Oh boy, we're going to be into year 4. That's scary. You know, it's so nice to be able to just kind of not do any work in the winter. It's perfect. It's great. And we can just work right around in the summer and then take the winters off almost. I love it. But you know what? It's April. So that means it's time to sell off those bales we made last year. We got to go sell all these bales off. Now, let's see what we can make. If we can get close to 50 grand, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. Oh boy, we're over the 53,000. Going to be close to 60 grand, guys, which is going to lead me into, well, the next part of my plan, to be honest with you. I didn't expect to happen this fast. That is, we can buy another field because it's worth $50,000. Now, there's also something else I've noticed. I totally messed up when I was making my fields and I didn't plot it correctly. Look at all the land I missed when we created our farm, our fields. Oh boy, I messed up big time. I can't believe I did that. Huh. So, yeah, half of the land that we been harvesting, well, we've been missing half of our own field. Now, this field looks all good, but down to the far side, there's a whole section down there that I have been missing, and I thought it wasn't my land. So we're going to harvest that today. First of all, we need some fuel, but I'm going to see if we can harvest just the grasslands there. We'll see if we can go over all of it and bale it up as well. Yeah, we might as well make sure that we get everything off of this field. We might as well do it all. So I'm going to go through all the grasslands that we have there. I'm going to actually knock down all of the grasslands on the new field we bought. Once it's all knocked down, then we'll know exactly how much we have, and we can go back and build the field afterwards. So if you look now, look at how many bales we have. Look at the amount of freaking bales I have now, thanks to the fact that our fields are like a third the size bigger. The stuff I forgot to harvest. Yeah, guys, I was missing about a third, maybe almost half of one of the fields. So I was only getting maybe 6 acres of the 10. It's kind of crazy how few I have. Like, you can see the line here. This is the angle I missed. All the way down, I missed all of that. Now, that new part on the left that jets out, that's the new field we picked up, the new plot of land that's ours. But I missed a huge section of land right here that I should have been harvesting the last 3 years. Yeah, this is ridiculous. The amount of bales I got off this grasslands too. I'm going to replant this with proper grass at some point here, probably after this season, and we'll get it so we can hay it properly or silage it. I don't know. But anyways, it doesn't matter. We're gonna take care of this. But I can't believe how much I missed. Guys, I've got a ton of silage bales. This could be more profitable than I ever kind of thought it would be, to be perfectly honest, having only technically 15 acres right now. We have 15 acres between the two fields. They're about 5 acres each. And I was struggling so hard because I didn't have half my field turned into a field. Does that make any sense? I can't believe I didn't check that out. Like, we've been going through, what, 6 or 7 harvests. And finally I noticed, oh, come on, don't get stuck on my tires. Best driver in Farm Sim. There we go. Now we're good. I just can't believe I didn't check that out beforehand. I assumed that I had the right orientation, and I think I set the tractor, the steering lock, 10 degrees off. That was the problem. It was a 10-degree turn I took, and so we missed that whole section. Well, now we don't have to worry about that, but this could change things up dramatically because the amount of bales I have now are borderline ridiculous by comparison to the what do we have, 8 before? 8 to 12? Yeah, look at this. I don't know. I don't think I've harvested this many bales in the total of the times we did that beforehand. I've got so much larger of a field now that I can harvest. This is fantastic. Now, while I'm waiting for that to ferment, of course, it's time that we knock this all down and turn this into a proper field. So we're going to do exactly what we did to our original fields with this new stuff. And I'm going to make sure I go down the line and I take care of everything that I just harvested. This whole field that we harvested, we're going to make sure we knock it down properly this time. I can't believe I did that. Guys, that was such a bonehead maneuver on my part. Oh well, we'll get her done. I mean, it just takes time now. I should have been harvesting this the whole time though. Like, literally, I missed a third of my field. Maybe even more. Might have even been more than a third. I don't know. That's kind of ridiculous if you ask me. I wish I would have noticed that. You know what? All it takes is a little bit of surveying and looking a little bit closer. That I should have known that we were going off at an angle. And unfortunately, I didn't double check. So just make sure you guys double check that when you're making fields. Yeah, totally did that on purpose just to prove a point to you guys. That's all. Totally did that on purpose. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new around the channel. Of course, mobile users, go down to the bottom and hit the hype button. Hype it up. Let's go. Give that hype button a push if you haven't done so already. Collect some hype points. It goes a long way to help out the channel. I would appreciate if you guys did that for me. That'd be cool. Other than that, folks, we'll be back here on New Hope at some point, and we'll see if we can eventually raise enough money to go buy the old heritage home. See you guys next time.